There we go. Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. And in today's video, we're going to do a couple of different things. First thing we're going to do is finalize the metallics on this Dutch-Belgian project that I've got going. And once I get the metallics done, then we'll do a wash, right? And then while the wash is drying, I'm going to, while we're live, I'm just going to go ahead and turn the recorder on and record a store news update, because I haven't done one of those in a while, and I need to put that update out. And so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to do that, because all I'm going to be doing is watching paint dry at that point. But if I can't get everything done by noon, then what we'll do is we won't do that, because I'm planning on playing some Star Citizen starting around noon. Here we go. So let me get my gloves on and we'll get this show on the road. Now, what I'm painting here is some 28mm American War of Independence artillery, 2 guns, and some Napoleonic Dutch hussars in 15mm, and then some Dutch militia in 15mm. And I've got 3 metallic colors that I want to use. Once we get these 3, then I'll do the wash. First one is oily steel. Oily steel. Yeah, oily steel is what I use sometimes for the barrels of muskets. Not always. Sometimes I'll use gunmetal, or hell, sometimes I'll just use straight up steel. Just depending on my mood and the wash that I plan to use. Okay, water doesn't want to drip out of this. I don't want to go too hard. Okay. I saw what the problem was. I didn't have the top screwed on tight enough. So it was actually coming out the sides. Plus, I do want to clean my brushes today. I try to clean brushes about once a month. Just to keep them alive, just to keep their quality. What do you call their life? Extend their life. I do a thorough cleaning. I boil water. Use brush soap. I even use magic potion from Battalion 502, and I also use magic gel. I use all of it. I don't use just one, or I don't use just this one is the best one. I try to hit all bases. Okay, so right now I'm just doing the barrel of these muskets. Of these militiamen. And this is a commission it has taken way too long to do it. I basically have been taking my time, not rushing. Primarily because, like I said, this is a commission. This is someone else's miniatures. So I want to do a good job. I'm actually on my price sheet or my description of my work. I give a what you can expect. What you can expect me to do for you. Wash your miniatures, prime them. Do research where I use more than one source to make sure I got the colors right on any miniature. Unless it's fantasy. At that point, it's pretty much whatever the customer wants. But as part of that sheet, I think I'm going to add that I don't use speed paints or contrast paints. And I'm going to word it in a way like, our promise to you is that we will never use speed paints or contrast paints. We will use only the best paint. Vallejo, AK, MIG, Army Painter. Because I actually have a negative opinion of speed paints. And I would like to share that with my customers. Let them know that excuse me. Let them know that I'm not going to use speed paints, use subpar paint. Okay, so oily steel should be done. Because I'm only putting it on the barrels. There we go. Okay, now their crest on their Shako is also silver, but I'm going to be using natural steel because it's not actually silver. It's actually like it's a tin, a shiny tin. And I'm also going to use this on their bayonet and sword sheaths and swords for all of these guys, not just these guys. But what I tend to do is I do one thing at a time just to keep everything straight in my head. You know, that it's and then I'll, like, I won't do the whole miniature. I'll just do one part of the miniature. And in this case, we're doing crests. The infantry crest is a little bit different than the officer's crest. Yeah, the infantry crest is like a big fan. That covers like the lower half of the Shako. And the officers aren't necessarily like that. Now, I'm not going to have these finished in time to ship them today. I guess I'll ship them tomorrow because I know I'll be done by then. But between now and the time that I box them up, I'll record a video showing them off. Mainly for my records, but also for my customer. He can see them before he receives them. It's just a little service that I offer. So when I email him back saying that they're done and they're shipped, I'll include a link to the video. These figures are Old Glory, if you didn't already know. He bought them on my eBay store, and then in the comments of the purchase, he put, you know, I want to do a commission. Now, this is not his first commission, so he knew the process. I have a new price sheet. I planned on doing it in January, but I kept forgetting. So in February, I redid it. But because he asked me to do this before I put out the new sheet, I charged him the old prices. Okay, they're the only guys with the silver crest. These guys have the brass. Okay, so I'm going to see if there's anything. These guys should have metallic. That's not brass. That I mean. Nope, those guys are pretty good. How about these guys? Looking for like a sword or something, but I don't remember doing any of those. Okay, super good. I'm going to have to go with a smaller. Okay, on these guys, I'm going to have to go with a smaller brush. Let me do the bayonets with this larger brush. bayonet had a little bit of string cheese on it. Wanted to make sure it was taken care of. Yeah, the hussars have got their swords out. So I got to do the swords. But I'm also doing their sword sheaths because they're a silver metallic steel. Now, if you follow my channel and you've been watching me play Star Citizen, or just watching the follow up, you know, the recording or whatever, and you didn't see me play in the last couple of days, I took a break. Like I would be up, ready to play, but I just wouldn't feel right, or I'd feel a little ill, you know, or just had, you know, just didn't feel like I wanted to jump on and play. Well, let me back that up. Every time I wanted to jump on and play, every time, but I didn't feel like it. I don't know, mixed emotions or whatever. I don't know. Dang, my stomach is giving me a variety of growls. I just had a salad before we got on, and that salad is not sitting well with me for some reason. And that's pretty much the same kind of feeling that I had each night. I was like, do I want to play, but I'm not feeling right. One of the nights I actually played, but I never turned the camera on. You know, I just played on my own. So I played enough to get the upgrades for my Hornet, and I went through and upgraded the Hornet. Okay, we're changing to a different brush. There we go. Not for these guys, but for these guys. Mainly the sheath. And painting 4 different types of units actually slowed the process down quite a bit. Because we got Dutch Hussars, Dutch Militia, British British Artillery, and Hessian Artillery. Right? Hold on. It's supposed to be snowing tonight, pretty heavy. That's what I heard. So what that probably means is my wife is probably not going to go to work tomorrow. Because she's a school teacher. And if they talk about snow, they close the schools. Can you guys hear my stomach? The mic is not too far away from my stomach. And it's making loud noises. If I get to a point where I feel like I need to go to the bathroom, I'll just let you guys know. Right now it's just stomach grumblings. I wonder if I took some Pepto, if that would settle my stomach. Or some kaopectate. I have both. If you're watching my stream, you're probably watching other people's streams as well, or other videos from other gamers. And there is this one group that I watch that you guys might also enjoy. Um, they're all part of the Plastic Crack podcast. And I like their insight and their wit and their banter and all that. But I have to say, they're definitely a one-trick pony. They play a lot of Warlord games. Hail Caesar, Bolt Action, Black Powder, all the Epic games. And I'm not going to call them a shill because I don't think they're paid to do it. I think they just love that company and love the games that that company puts out, which I love those games too. But I play other games as well. But there's a lot of people that watch that podcast and submit like their painted models, uh, pictures. I like seeing those, what everybody else is doing. I think they like two fat lardies as well. Now that I think about it. Okay, that is those guys. I don't think these guys have any type of metallic on them. I think I already looked at them. I mean, silver, gunmetal, steel, that color. Okay, put that away. We're down to the last color. Brass. Okay, there's some chats. Hang on, I gotta switch my glasses to be able to see the chat. Hive Mind. Hey, how are you doing, man? What are we painting today? Oh yeah, I can hear the rumbles. Oh, you can. Okay. Yeah. Um, Now would be a good time, I guess, to take a kaopectate. It's a chewable. We're painting Dutch hussars, Dutch militia, British artillery, and Hessian artillery. Most of these are almost all the way done. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to wash them. The guns are already done. Now these Hessians that I painted up were actually British um, figures, and I knew I needed to put a pom-pom on their hat, so I used some putty and I made pom-poms. And I found examples of Hessian artillerymen in boots and in stockings. So bear with me. I'm thinking. I'm trying not to mess up because I'm painting really small items here. The cords. And cords on a 15 millimeter model is super small, so bear with me. Okay, these guys have got cords hanging behind their shakos. Not sticking my tongue out, but this is a time when I probably should. All right, guys, I think I'm going to have to go use the bathroom because I'm fighting it. And I shouldn't fight it, I should just let it go. Okay, but they are done. All right. So, give me like 5 minutes and I'll be right back. 5 minutes. I'm back. Okay, the browse still looks good. I grabbed a couple of Tums because I think it's mostly just gas. And I noticed that an hour's already gone by. I'm hoping I can get these washed before I need to switch. I'm going back. on these that I had already finished because I forgot the cords on their chest. Okay. All right. Shaco cords, and then the cab will be done. I forgot these guys got a little plate on the front of their Shakos. I want to say helmets, but they're Shakos. Okay, we got those bugles, hand guards, chest strings, dolman strings. Okay. Cab is done. Now, the infantry is not going to have hardly any brass. Except for the officers. Okay. All right, they're done. Now I just need to do a wash. Oh my gosh. Okay, got another chat. Gonna have to read it. Let's see what we got. These aren't the right glasses. Where'd the other glasses go? Oh, they're there. What level does my wife teach? Lately, in the last couple of years, she's been teaching high school. But she also teaches the younger class. I don't know what do you call it. Not elementary, but it might be elementary. But they're the really young kids, not preschool. She basically is a floater, and she'll go where she's needed, like a substitute. And she doesn't like the middle school. She likes the early and the late, because early, she feels like she can teach them, and the late, they seem to have a little bit more discipline, or whatever you want to call it. But the middle schoolers, you can't teach them anything, and they don't listen to you as a substitute or something. That's her experience. And I could be getting that wrong, but I have a feeling I put the wrong color somewhere. That's all right. We'll put that down there. And that's the end of this palette. So what I do is I just take the aluminum foil off. I don't try to clean it or wash it or anything like that. Like I used to. I used to put paint directly in the palette. And then when I was done, I would take it to a sink using soap and water, and I would clean out all the different holes. I don't do that anymore. I cover them with aluminum foil, and then I just chuck the foil once they're all clean. Okay, let me find the right tone that I'm using. We're going to use strong tone. I think this one's pretty much empty. So we have that one for backup. Yeah, I was going to mention, I painted the musician of the cavalry using this bright red premium airbrush color. It's a polyurethane, so it's going to be extremely strong in resistance. Shake well, can be diluted. Yeah, it says airbrush or brush. Well, I brushed it on, but it dries like super shiny. I mean, it doesn't say flat anywhere on here. It just says acrylic, you know, so I'll definitely, and I always do, use a dull coat. So all of these guys need to be washed, so I'm going to put 40 drops. Uh-oh, we're getting close to the end. And there's an agitator in here that you can probably hear, that when I do empty this bottle, I will take the agitator out and save it. Yeah, that's the end of that bottle. All right, and then I put an equal amount of drops of this flow additive. Which is 37, because that's where we ended. Then I find a dry brush, not a dry brush, a wash brush. That one. And then we'll mix it up. I think that those Tums actually helped quite a bit. Not 100%, but pretty good. Now my flow additive is not straight flow additive. It's closer to a 10-to-1. Oh, I got an itchy ear. Um, 10 water, 1 flow additive. Because it's a flow additive concentrate. Okay. And depending on how dark you want your wash, you know, Army Painter's got a lot of different shades of brown. You've got light, which is just that, like a super light brown. Then they have a soft, which I like soft when it comes to like whites and Napoleonics. But when I'm looking for some really serious shadows, or if I'm trying to bring down or darken up really shiny models, or I don't mean shiny, bright models, I'll use strong tone, which is like a dark brown. And then finally, they have something called dark wash, which I don't recommend ever using unless you're putting it on top of something that's black or gray and you're trying to bring out like gaps of armor or pin lines on aircraft or something like that, because it'll really darken your model if you do what I'm doing with the strong tone. The strong tone I'm putting all over the model, but with a dark wash I would recommend only putting it, you know, using a fine tip brush on things that you want to be dark. If that makes sense. Okay. Ooh, my neck. Yeah. But I use strong tone over all fabric and flesh because it actually serves as kind of a pretty good flesh wash as well. But again, if you stay tuned to the channel, maybe not tonight, but at least by tomorrow night, I will have recorded a video with close-ups showing off all the models. As part of this commission. I've got a French light unit and a Swiss unit in 28 millimeter. Primed and ready to go. And I keep putting it off because of commissions. Because to me, commission work comes first. There we go. Because if you pay me to do some work, I'm going to do that work. Get it out as soon as I can so I can move on to the next commission or move on to the next store project or personal project. Yeah, those guys look good. Man, my neck is hurting. Probably because I was wearing a headset for a couple hours. 6 before the stream started. I used to add Army Painter's quick wash. I'm trying to remember what they called it. but it was basically like an additive to thin out your washes. But it didn't do what I wanted it to do. It basically made the wash go farther, but still cover. And it basically made the wash like a thick gel almost. And that's not what I wanted. So I shopped around and found exactly what I wanted, and that's this a flow additive, because I want my wash to be runny. I don't want it to be thick. I had added water in the past, which works, but it doesn't make it runny. It just makes it wet. It thins it out, is what I mean. And I don't want to thin it. Well, maybe a little. But I want it to drip off the model and only like get caught in the cracks. So Liquitex flow additive is what I'm using. I think it was originally designed to be used with their paint, which is kind of like tube paint, you know, for painting on a canvas. But I didn't care because it works. Works like a charm, actually. Oh, my neck. Bending over like that, let's put a strain on my neck. I think I will have finished this wash just in time to switch over to my Star Citizen game. I don't think I'm going to get an opportunity to film my store news update like I wanted. I can always do that later. But then again, I've been putting it off for weeks. Basically, I wanted to let everyone know about this sale we got going on, if they don't already know. Some customers have already taken advantage of it. Buy one item, get 10% off. 2 items, 15% off of everything. And if you buy 3 items, you get 20% off of everything. And if it winds up being, if any of the orders winds up being over $50, you get free shipping. The free shipping is going to last for a while, but every month I do a different sale. Plus, I was going to let everyone know that I got a new shipment of Old Glory in. Mostly Civil War, American Civil War. Almost entirely. Because I wanted to kind of broaden my selection. But I also got a couple of Napoleonics and a couple of 100 Years' War. But almost entirely American Civil War. Plus, I got this new Tufts. I ordered. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like them or not. I ordered them expecting one thing, and then when I received them, it's not what I expected. So I meant to go back to the advertisement and see if it actually says what I received. And if it does, then that's my fault for not reading closely or clearly. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think this mixture is going to last for all of these guys. I have a feeling I'm going to need to add some more. There's only a couple minutes left before I need to switch over. Uh, all right, so we're going to, instead of mixing up any more, what I'll do is I'm going to play some Star Citizen, and then I'll mix up some more for those last two strips. Because I said I was going to do Star Citizen at noon. So that's the end of this stream. I appreciate you. I will be back in like less than 5 minutes playing a video game called Star Citizen. If you're interested in it, come on back and check it out. And hopefully I'll get my stomach under control. But that's the end of the stream for today, and for this painting episode. So I'll catch